You're welcome to another exciting session, a wonderful session, another public speaking session where we discuss about today's title, Your Voice, Your Money. Now, let me ask you a question. When was the last time, or have you ever experienced any time when you've been paid to speak? You've actually been paid money, maybe for a presentation or a small live session. So your answer or your response to this could be a yes or a no. But if it's a yes, please drop in the comment section and tell me, when was the last time you were paid to speak in public for a presentation or a small live session? Now, a presentation basically is either virtual or physical. So drop in the comment section and tell me if you've ever been paid for a live session, right? Or a presentation. If you have never been paid to speak, I'm here to tell you today, family, that your voice is not just sound, it's not just an octave, it's not just waves, it is currency. You can actually have a voice and get paid to speak. And that's the reason why in the last two classes we've been dealing with the basics of public speaking. We've been talking about the fear of public speaking, the things that stop you from speaking, the things that make you not to look like a confident speaker, how to have the right body language to exude confidence, how to present your speech, how to program your speech, how to structure your hook, your body, and the conclusion. We will still have other classes where we address the basics, right? Hey sis! Oh, I'm so sorry. I was supposed to send you the link personally. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. So good to see you online. You're welcome. You are welcome. Yes. So, sis, if you have other people, and like I said, today's topic is your voice, your money. And no matter the profession you're in, medical doctor, health, wellness, human resource, sales, creator, founder, whatever industry you find yourself, thank you. So whatever industry you find yourself, I'm here to tell you, I'm here to debunk any doubt you have that your voice, no matter how small your voice is, can be monetized. I'm going to take you through the process on how 2 weeks knowledge, 1 month knowledge, 6 months knowledge, whatever level of expertise you have. Because some people think that to monetize your voice, your speaking voice now in terms of public speaking, you need to have been 20 years in a particular field, 50 years in a particular field. No, I'm here to tell you that even if you have experience of a year, you can actually earn speaking in public. But you must overcome that fear first of all, and of course it's in baby steps. So we'll still address those issues that hold you back from self-expression and being able to be a confident speaker, right? So I've broken this down into a few sessions. So the sessions I'm going to be addressing what people actually pay for. You know, because at the end of the day, remember that what this channel is for is not just to teach you how to tell effective stories or how to have a brand that everybody sees. We are focusing on visibility and monetization, right? So I'm sure you are not against having more monies in your pockets. And one of the ways to increase your monetization level is to become more visible. And to become more visible, you need to master the skill of speaking in public. Remember the last class I mentioned that even the best of the best always feel nervous before a presentation. I took you through different ways of gaining confidence when you're making a presentation, how to prepare, how to master yourself, how to also inhale into several categories for you. The first step is people don't pay for information, they pay for connection. We are getting somewhere, right? This is still a public class. However, there is no point in just knowing how to speak if you cannot monetize your knowledge, because knowledge is the new gold. And I want you to be able to connect your public speaking skill and knowing how to earn from speaking. So it's not just being able to speak, but knowing how to earn. So there's several ways of earning using your public speaking skills. It could be that you learn how to speak in public to gain new jobs. Remember, we spoke about how to handle job interviews, how to prepare for job interviews, how to prepare for project and thesis defense. But today we are handling monetization core. We're not going to talk too much about other things, but we're talking about how to monetize what you know, speaking about it. So we're going to be hitting a lot of ground on visibility and strategies you can use to be able to monetize what you know. And these things are things that's implementing from today. And if after this class you still have challenges in this area, please feel free to reach out to me and I can still take it further for you to have better understanding. And if you're not joining this class, my name is Dr. Ish. Don't forget to subscribe and of course drop a comment and tell me if there's any other public speaking challenge or issue you need me to address in consecutive classes. So moving on, we have people don't pay for information, they pay for connection. I've broken it into 5 segments, and each of the segments is going to be addressing different aspects of public speaking, but the end goal is to teach you how to monetize. But let me go back to the first question I asked when I started this. I asked, have you ever been paid to speak in public? Paid for either a live session or a virtual session. So please, if you've been paid for a live session or a virtual session, please drop in the comment section and tell me, yes, I have been paid for a live session. And if you've never been paid to speak in public, please drop in the comment section that you've never been paid. Me and hear me clearly. I apologize for stopping in between, but I need to be sure that I am audible and audible. Just for like a minute, I need to be sure so that I don't find myself talking to only myself. Can you see me and hear me? If you can see me and hear me, give me a thumbs up, drop in the comment section. I can see you and hear you. So can you see me and hear me? I can see a couple of you online. Can you just confirm you can see me and you can hear me? Please confirm that you can see me and can you confirm? Excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you, Shefumi. I was a bit worried there, especially with the blank screen error message. I just needed to be great. Okay, Chi, I'm happy to hear that. Probably was a network problem. I'm not sure what went wrong. I apologize. Yes, so glad to see you guys. Thank you for joining once again. And I just want to throw this great, sis. Great. You're welcome. So Ogechi and Shefumi, you're just joining. I asked a question previously when we just started the class that have you ever been paid to speak at a live session or either virtual or physical session? Have you ever been paid to speak before? Small set of people or large crowd, please just drop your response in the comments for me. Let's know where the challenges are coming from, because I don't want to speak only to people that have not had this experience. I just want to be sure that I'm able to touch all the important areas. Okay, no. All right, Shefumi, have you ever been paid to speak at any event? Not yet, sorry. Okay, I'm waiting for Shefumi's response. Yeah, so let's I keep moving on. You are getting, oh, definitely you'll get there. Oh wow, you definitely get there. Beautiful. What was the experience like? Were you paid up to what you felt your value was, or you're still working on it? Did you feel like you were paid commensurate to your value, or it was more like a thank you, or this is your first experience, or I'm still learning the live talk? Yes. So while we're waiting for a response, I'll just keep moving on. Now, I said your voice is commensurate to money, and I mentioned that the beauty of public speaking is not just to learn how to speak. You can actually monetize your speech. Now, how do you monetize your public speaking skills? I've broken it down into several sections. to teach you and show you that even if you have very little knowledge, you can actually still be paid for what you know. Yes, a thank you token. That happens a lot. That happens a lot, but at least, well, we would say that it's better than nothing, right? But we are going to learn today how to ensure. Now, it could be a bit tricky at a point because there's still another aspect of monetization which deals with creating your offers. Now, creating your offers is an aspect of us. So because this is not a pure sales class, I won't break down that too much, but I'll just give you a brief explanation. So a low ticket offer is when your fees are low, right? And you're not giving too much value. So when we say low ticket, it's a bit relative, right? So what I call low ticket may be high ticket to some people. So I give an example. A low ticket offer can range between $2 to $10. So people would say $2 to $5. It just depends on what you categorize as low ticket. While a middle ticket offer can move from $7 to $8 to $20. So, or even $50. So some people would say that high ticket offers move from $100 and above, which is premium. But that's just about creating offers. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about how you can monetize your public speaking skills, how you can convert what you know by learning how to communicate what you know. Speaker section 4 and 5, stay with me, are practical sessions. And I'm going to be giving you an assignment at the end of the class, right? And you're going to have to do these assignments. If you're in my community, you send me the videos, I'll analyze, tell you where to correct yourself, and we move on. And if you're not in my community, you can launch the video on your YouTube channel and tag me, or and then I can take a look at it, analyze, and tell you where you need to do better. However, all you just need to do is to send me probably a message or a comment on this chat and let me know how I can watch your video. So moving on. Now, I said that people don't pay for information, they pay for connection. Now, why did I say this? I made an analogy between having a human generated voice and an AI generated voice on content. Remember, it's not necessarily for only creators. Don't get it wrong. Creating content, I repeat, is not only for creators. It is also for coaches, it's also for founders, and it is also for professionals. So if you're in medical health and wellness, if you are in artificial intelligence, you can make money from that. If you are an accountant, you can actually speak, get invited to programs, events, seminars, workshops, and get paid. But I'm going to break down the different kind of platforms and resources you can build using your public speaking skill. It could either be faceless or your face could show. Whichever way, the conclusion of each and every one of them is you can make money from each and every one. You may then choose to do the entire options I'm going to give you, or pick one that is most favorable for you. Generated voices. But the reason why human voice still wins is because of energy. So if I'm to close this screen or troubled, I also spoke about mannerisms and using your hands to speak. These are things I've spoken about extensively in other classes, but I just need to ensure that you know the basics, because monetization is another aspect, but presentation is the real deal. Or tips you need to be a successful public speaker is to know how to start your presentation with the right hook, with the right quote, or with the right story. Now, when people write, and which is why sometimes writers may not necessarily be good presenters. There's some people that write very well, and have you seen cases where people write very well and they're invited to speak somewhere, but you end up being so disappointed because the way they speak is different from the way they write. It looks like you are interacting with two totally different people, which is why speaking, the art of speaking, is totally different from the art of writing. You can be a fantastic writer, but you do not know how to speak in public. Now, several things I need you to note when you are making a public speaking presentation is, the topic is your voice is your money, how to use your voice to monetize your brand. So how to learn how to speak in public and the right things to use to speak in public so that people can pay you for what you say. So I'm teaching the class on how to speak in such a way that people invite you to speak at webinars, seminars, presentations, and pay you for what you know. Because quite a number of people don't know how to do that, and that is the point of what we're trying to achieve today. So you're welcome, Musa. It's a pleasure having you. My name is Dr. Ish. I am the founder of Brand Story School with Dr. Ish, and what we basically handle here is personal branding, public speaking, storytelling, and monetization of your brand. So it's not just about building a brand, but building a visible brand that is profitable. So please do well to subscribe. Thank you very much. Well, there's a difference. When somebody is writing a letter to you, you may be able to sense a particular energy, but you may be dealing your perception on how you think that person is telling you. For instance, if somebody writes you a letter, you may misinterpret that the person is angry or happy based on the text. But if this person who is sending you text, now when I say text, I mean writing, speaks to you on the phone call, if you hear their voice or you see them physically, it is easier to tell the people's emotions and mood when you hear them speak as against when they write. And if you are in disagreement, please let me know. But it is a proven fact that when people present, speak physically or by speaking on the phone, they tend to be able to convince people better over to their sides, even more than writing. Okay, so let me ask you a question. I'm sure you may have one or two favorites on YouTube, some top YouTubers that you like Alex Holmesy, and his wife. There are quite a number of them. We have podcasts of Denzel Washington. There are just so many of them, top creators. If you have your favorites, you can list them out. Why do you like them? That is the major question. Why do you trust them? Why is it that when you watch some people speaking, without even meeting them and knowing them, you automatically trust what they are saying? All they may say may be lies, but why? What the question is, why do you watch some people speak on YouTube and automatically you trust them? And I'll give you 3 reasons why you watch people speak online and you trust them. And what are the reasons? Your favorite YouTubers, you trust them because they make you feel safe. You trust them because they make you feel safe, because you believe that what they're telling you is the truth. Second reason why you trust them is because they inspire you. They inspire you. And the third reason is that they motivate you. They motivate you to action. So if you want to know if you are what do you call it now? Effective speaker, not confident. Confident speaker is different from being an effective speaker. So if you want to know if you're an effective speaker, is after you speak, people are motivated to action. When you speak, people feel safe. People are inspired by what you say because of the value you are giving, and people are motivated to take action. Exactly. They make you feel safe, they inspire you, and they motivate you to action. This is the reason why people like Vusi and other top orators, let's even use an example that everybody should know. The former president of the United States, Obama. I'm sure you know him, and even if he's no more the president, he was one of the most highly skilled orators in the past and even in the current. Some of his videos on YouTube have millions of views. Now, why? And these views don't come from only Americans. Let me make it clear to you. People trust him because his words make them feel safe. If you don't believe me, you can head on to his to just search any of Obama's speech, and you find out that he has world-class speeches. Why? Because what he says, your voice matters. Exactly. The way you say it matters. This is the reason why if you give text, if you write 2 paragraphs of words, comprehension, and give 2 different people to read it, the results are going to come out in 2 different ways. They will definitely not read it with the same tone or the same voice. Or why do we have newscasters on CNN and on Fox or other local channels that inspire us and that we love to watch all the time? Or let's look at somebody like Oprah Winfrey. She's one of my role models. They have a way when they speak, they inspire you. They get paid to motivate you. Now, the things they tell you, are they knowledge that you know before? Probably yes. Remember you for how you make them feel. And one of it, when you're making a presentation, please desist from running from one end to the other end. You can't see me completely, can you? And if I run to this end, you can't see me. So it looks like as if I'm running away from the crowd. So one of the things you need to take note of is when you're making a presentation, always stand at the middle when you're making a presentation. So if you can count even numbers. 5 people on your right, 5 on your left. Let's imagine we have 10 people you're making a presentation to. Always stand in the middle where each of the categories on your left and your right can have a full view of you. I repeat, if you're asked to make a presentation, a physical presentation, ensure you stand at the middle. If you have a choice to select where to stand, stand in the middle. And please, when you're holding your microphone, unless you are left-handed, your microphone should always be in your right hand. Remember, I always say when you're addressing people, your microphone should not cover your mouth. It should be slightly below. So stand in the middle, and then when you're having eye contact, ensure that you're not looking above, you're not looking below, right? And you're not looking on the floor. Obviously, if you're having a presentation and you're looking like this, what does that tell the crowd? It tells them you lack confidence. It tells them you're nervous. And obviously, if you're unable to meet the eyesight of your audience, you are going. Now, another thing about body posture is, like I said earlier, please desist from putting your hands on your waist like this when you're making a presentation. No, it doesn't work. And don't make the mistake of slouching too. When you make your back must always chest out all the time. When you chest out, even if you are scared, you look confident. Once again, do not slouch when you are making a public presentation. If you are defending a project, defending a thesis, you are asked to speak somewhere, ensure your microphone is on the right hand, your chest is spread out, not slouch this way, because it also affects your voice. And remember, do not drink alcohol before you go for a presentation, because you may just start saying the very wrong words. And do not drink alcohol a day before your presentation. There's a science to it. Some may end up having a hangover and they are unable to manage their weight. Your brain needs to be working fast to be able to help you. Now, when you're making a presentation, thesis, remember there's going to be opportunities for questions and answers. So get ready for questions, tough questions to be thrown at you. We're getting to the monetization. Stick with me. I'm trying to ensure that the basics are covered and taken care of, right? When you're also going for a presentation, always prepare in front of a mirror. Remember the trick I taught you? Stand in front of the mirror, speak in front of the mirror, rehearse in front of the mirror. But the first thing you should also notice is you do your research on your audience. Know your audience. It's so important. Your target audience is the key to everything. Whether you're writing text, whether you're doing a video presentation, or whether you're doing a physical or virtual presentation, the binding factor of it all is you must do your research first. Now, remember, people know more than you, but it is how they say it. And what makes them say it so perfectly? Because they have rehearsed. Always rehearse 3 days before any event you are invited for, or 7 days. Now, if you cannot rehearse in front of your mirror, find 1 or 2 people you can rehearse in front of. You can start by speaking to 2 people, 3 people, 5 people, and 10 people. Remember, I'm also going to give you an assignment at the end of the class. I definitely will not forget that. Now, the world is global now. Just a minute. Now, I hear you say, Dr. Ish, You've been talking about monetization. How do we go about it? How do we start? Beautiful question. The world has evolved in such a way that you don't have only physical stages, we have virtual stages. Hear me out. The world has evolved in such a way that we don't have only physical stages, we have virtual stages. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, if people invited you to speak at an event, you'd need to ferry yourself to whatever location, physical location. You'd need to ask them to transport you, fly you down. But the world has changed. Stages now are digital. We have physical stages and digital stages, and you can monetize the two, albeit that each of them has a different monetization process. All right. Now, what are these physical stages? Physical stages can be in any location, in any part of the world. It can be in your locality, it can be in the next street, it can be in the next town, it can be in the next village, it can be in another country, right? Physical stages is that they have evolved into virtual stage. Guess what? I am on a virtual stage. I am presenting to you. I am speaking to you. This is an example of a virtual stage. Now, what are the other examples of virtual stages? We have YouTube. YouTube is a virtual stage. We have Instagram. Instagram is a virtual stage. We have TikTok. And I'll tell you why they are virtual stage. The difference between a physical stage and a virtual stage is the physical stage, you get to see your people, you can easily touch them, right? But the virtual stage, you don't necessarily need to be in the same location with the physical people. Now, what are examples of virtual stages? Opportunities for you to speak in public and present yourself properly, where you are able to monetize your speaking skills. We have YouTube as a virtual stage, Instagram as a virtual stage, TikTok as a virtual stage, and FB. And why am I saying all these stages, all these platforms are stages? Because they have the ability to go live. Is that making any sense? YouTube allows you to go live. Instagram allows you to go live. Facebook allows you to go live. TikTok allows you to go live. And yes, that's basically it. And each of the platforms that has the ability to allow you to go live is a stage. What is a presentation? A presentation is being able to express yourself live to people. This is the reason why all these platforms have live platforms. We are live now. This is a live stage. The only difference is just that you can't touch me physically, neither can I touch you physically, but you can see me and you can also hear me, okay? Now, we are going down to the nitty-gritty of why we are here today. Dr. Ish has talked so much about how to not slouch your back, how to use your hands to express yourself, how to make sure that your hand movement doesn't exceed your shoulders, and then how not to stand, how to move from one point to the other, to make sure you don't turn around like this and confuse your audience, and how to ensure that you're physically presenting yourself confidently so you don't lose your audience. And we also spoke about structure. What is the structure? Your hook. When you're making a presentation, your first 15 to 20 words should actually talk to the statement of problem of the presentation you're trying to make. So whatever industry, whether you're in medical, you're in law, you're an accountant, your hook is the first 2, 3, 4 lines that you're going to use to open the floor for your presentation. Your hook could be a story. To be a good public speaker, find all the best public speakers. They most times start their speech with either a quotation or a story. So this is something I need you to note down. If you're asked to come and present anywhere, now not a thesis and not a project. If you have to make a presentation, please learn the art of using quotations and storytelling to make your narration more interesting so that the audience will not fall asleep when you are speaking. And when you're making a presentation, please try not to be tempted to wring your hands like this. Remember in the last class we said wringing your hands like this makes it look like you're afraid, right? Fanning yourself like this makes you look like you're afraid. Putting your hands straight by your side as if you're stuck in mud also is a no-no, right? And let me tell you something. If you are speaking at an event, even if you have 20 people in the crowd and it looks like only one person is listening to you, Please, this is a very sound trick that has always worked. Focus on the one person that you're speaking to, eye contact. And like I said, don't look above. If you look above your crowd, you're the head of to the quotation pass to start their narration.